You have this. Okay, that nicely opens this up. This looks like one of the older versions of Mac that used to come out 10 years ago. One week before the latest MacBook Pro was announced, I was using my computer like this. I got a phone call and I picked my phone and I was getting up and I knocked this computer and it fell down. And the damage is such that you can see for yourself. Okay, the screen lights up, but the screen is so bad. So the moment I connected to an external monitor, it works just fine. But on its own, like a laptop, it is useless now. So I ordered the latest MacBook Pro the moment it was announced. Apple is always known to pack their products very elegantly. So let's see how they have done this time. Okay, that was pretty easy. So here we have MacBook Pro. This is a 16-inch silver M1 Max chip. It has 32 GB RAM and 1 terabyte of hard disk. Okay. We have this. Okay, that nicely opens this up. This looks like one of the older versions of Mac that used to come out 10 years ago. And then they have this adapter, which is MagSafe adapter here, some booklet, and the adapter to plug it into the wall. And then, oh, I did not press the on button, so it just started on its own. That is interesting. Okay, so I see that this is a very extra large trackpad. I'm not sure what was the reason behind that. Maybe because of the bigger screen, it lets you scroll much more. And the keyboard is pretty nice. And I believe this is for fingerprinting identification or turn on and turn off button. Either one of these or both. This is my old 15-inch MacBook Pro. And yeah, it is slightly bigger, of course. Okay, now let us see how big this is. This is going from there to here. It is about 16 inches. Okay, so it is about the right size. For some reason, I felt it was a little smaller. But the important point here is that even though this is 16-inch and the older version was 15-inch, the 16-inch version does not feel all that much bigger. It is slightly bigger, but it almost feels exactly the same, really. Now let us look at the hardware on this computer. So it has 2 USB-C ports, 1 headphone jack, and then you have SD card, 1 HDMI slot, and then we also have 1 more USB-C port. I wish they had a proper USB port, but it is what it is. And it's interesting that below it says MacBook Pro. I don't think previous versions, let me just take a look at it, said anything at all. They were just plain. So my guess was correct. This is actually a touch ID and power button both. So here it is actually doing both the jobs. So I've connected both the Macs. Okay, and I'm not too sure if how the data transfer is happening through the cable from USB to USB-C cable here, or if it is happening through Wi-Fi. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, but I can see that the data is being transferred from my old Mac to the new Mac. It will take about 3 hours. It is going through an additional update of the operating system from 12.2 to 12.0.1. Now that my MacBook Pro is updated with the latest software and the additional update to that, and that it is also synchronized with my old version of my old MacBook Pro, I can actually make some comparisons. My initial impression was that this laptop did not feel all that much faster because the update took quite long, and I was trying to send pictures from my iPhone to AirDrop on my new MacBook Pro. It did not go through. So I was quite surprised with that. And then if you look at this latest MacBook Pro, It is quite strange that how hard was it for them to just give one USB port other than just 3 USB-C ports on the two sides, right? I was trying to connect my old iPhone. This is iPhone 10. I'm still about to update to the latest iPhone 13, or maybe I might as well just wait until iPhone 14. But the point is that this has lightning port, and I could not connect that because the other end has USB port, and because this latest MacBook Pro doesn't have USB port, there's nothing much I could do. I could not connect this phone to MacBook Pro through cable, and at the same time AirDrop did not follow through. And overall it is still too early to call. Once you start using this computer on a regular basis, you can actually see the difference. How long do these videos take to compile? How long does the code that I run takes to compile? And then it also needs to be seen how long the battery lasts, how long can the laptop go on a single charge. All those things will come into play, so it is too early to call. And one thing that I could clearly see the difference is that obviously there is also more to do with the generations of computers, right? My old MacBook Pro is 2015, okay? Now I have 2020 iPad Pro, and lastly this is 2021 MacBook Pro. So, and I could clearly see the difference in the quality of cameras. As you can see, the quality of the camera on my old MacBook Pro, the light is not being captured all that well. It is much better on the iPad Pro's camera. And now when you look at this MacBook Pro's camera, it is by far the best quality. And looking at all the three cameras, you can clearly see the generational change. It is a much brighter, wider camera with much better quality, and because it absorbs so much more light, it makes the video much more brighter, whereas this video is much darker. Okay, so this is what I would expect anyway, so this should not be a big surprise. And let us test the quality of the microphone on this MacBook Pro, because I believe that this has also been updated. This is where I am testing the video and audio quality of the MacBook Pro. The video quality on its own is pretty good. If I can actually turn around, I can see that the camera is pretty good quality. It is not dragging at all. The frames per second is pretty high quality. And then we will see for ourselves how this audio quality comes out once I look at the video. So that was all about unboxing and comparing all these MacBook Pros. Thank you for watching.